Yo, yo, yo. It's episode 7 of the Talk Soon podcast. I got my boy Vince in the building. We got Chuck
Garrett.
Hollywood in the building. And we got this Eagles fan named Gears in the building. We over here about to go over some of these prop bets for this weekend coming up. We're going to recap the game this weekend. Friday game, I'm sorry. And let's get it in. Start off with you, Gears.
All right, we can start off Eagles, Vikings. Not much of a surprise for me. I did have the Eagles covering. If you got the game time line, it was 5.5, so you would have won. But most people bet 6 or 6.5, so they probably lost. Hurts, average game. He threw that nasty pick. Just a bad read by him. I think they'll bounce back. The offense is just kind of stagnant, but I was like screaming to run the ball game, and they finally started running the ball.
Yeah.
And you saw the success. You saw the safety start coming down, and you see Devonta go up top. I mean, AJ was open up top a couple times. Hurts missed them. Still not the best Eagles football, but they got the win again. A lot better than week 1, though. They adjusted, and Flores gave a lot of looks that Belichick gave. Showing blitz, backing out, sending the blitz. Mm-hmm. So it's good the Eagles are seeing this early. A lot of different defenses. There's a lot of film on them from last year, and I'm just happy they got the win. 2-0, baby.
Yeah, I guess I'll jump in after that. But Eagles, that's a little worrisome. The passing game, at least, right? I think at some point you won't just be able to hand the ball off to, Swift. How many carries did he get? Who knows? A lot.
28 carries, 175.
To me, I think I told another set of people that's the best game I've ever seen Swift have. Like I'm pretty sure that's his career game.
Probably.
And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong.
Definitely was.
I highly doubt it. But overall, I do agree with your point. I do think it's still, some rust for the Eagles. And I do think that they've just proved that they can win in a plethora of ways. But, I guess I'll take the Chuck route. And I did see that little bit of drama between AJ Brown and Hurts. And,
yeah.
I mean, hey, I think it's something to talk about. I mean, hey, it was, we didn't see none of that last year. And, last year you guys came out the gates just firing on all cylinders. And so you guys had a couple struggles. And I just think it's something to watch out for. So, I mean, Vikings stink that, Eagles tried to get them the game and they didn't take it. And so I don't think the Eagles have had a real test yet. So we remain the same. We need to see more from the Eagles, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
I'm the Vikings. I'm on the phone with Jim Irsay. Bro, I'm talking about call him right now and how much does Jonathan Taylor cost? They lost by what? Let me look at this. They lost by 6, right? The Eagles had where was it at?
259
the Eagles
on the
had
ground.
259 yards rushing. The Vikings had 28 yards rushing. Time of possession, 39 minutes to 20 minutes, bro. 4 fumbles. 4.
Yeah.
And the Eagles win by 6. I'm not saying panic, but they need to get it together. But if the Vikings had a run game, they beat this Eagles team Thursday night. Kirk Cousins to play good in both games. They just cannot run the ball. I don't know what it is where it hurts, but he's looked mediocre as fuck these last 2 games. Not to like, because he was not a number overall fantasy pick just because of the rushing touchdowns as you saw last night. But
yeah, good point.
They gotta figure it out, man. That was they got lucky. The Justin Jefferson out of bounds touchback, like, bro. I'm saying though, bro, you're not gonna get 4 fumbles every week, bro. You got a pick 6 last week. I'm not saying they're still not the best team in the league because I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I did. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying you're not going to keep getting bailed out by these fluke defensive plays. That makes sense. 4 fumbles is crazy.
A fumble this is not Madden. If you fumble the ball in real life, you fumble the ball. This isn't Madden.
You're right. But some teams don't even get 4.
A guy fumbled the ball because someone punched it out. Slay said it. Not to cut you off, Chuck. But Slay said it. They practice that like every single practice. He said that's all they work on is turnovers, trying to get the ball back. But I'll let you continue. I got more to say.
They get big plays, but it's teams that go 4 weeks without getting 1 fumble. You got 4 last night, bro. Like I'm not saying you got to be worried, but they just got to get it together, man. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. But like I said, the Vikings, on the other hand, the Vikings look fine. They just cannot run the ball. They can put up points, but they cannot run the ball. When you can't run the ball in the league, I don't know what to tell you. Your time of possession going to be short, and the other teams they're just going to be better. They have to just pick up their phone and be like, how much, man? Let me go get Jonathan Taylor. We got something. Madison ain't it. But I know that's my 2 cents on Thursday night. The Eagles need to get it together, and the Vikings need a running back.
Frazier.
So my take about the game was good game, besides all the turnovers and stuff. But like Gear said, they do practice turnovers and trying to get the ball back. That is something that the Eagles do. The Vikings, though, you are right. They need to get a running back. I don't know which one of y'all said it on the podcast. It said that Madison was such a so-so type running back that could actually, they don't need Dalvin Cook. He's okay. Who said that? I want to know. I need receipts for which one of y'all said that.
Bro, I said
because
that,
he's ass.
I apologize.
He's ass.
I apologize.
When I say he is ass, like I don't care if it's the people in the O-line is a little banged up. Yes, but to go out there and do those performances and run the ball and not get yards, like he looked like he run into a brick every time. Like he don't care.
Bro.
Like he running in quicksand, mud. I don't know what the fuck. He need to go out there and get some bricks, do something. He need to call up Derrick Henry and talk to him on how he fucking trucking people and running people over. I don't know, but he needs to do something. It's terrible. As far as the Eagles go, scary. It's a scary situation because they're not looking good these first 2 games. They not looking good. People got film on them. You know, they're 2-0. I can't say anything. They're 2-0. I give them that. And that's what it is. I know Garrett's want to say something or whatever, but we're going to move on.
We're not moving on. We're not moving on.
Say what you got to say.
So Hurts, we all agree Hurts played average, mediocre, right?
2 weeks in a
They
row.
agree with that?
He didn't say this.
Well, he has. Be honest. And they're 2-0. So what happens when it clicks offensively? So you guys are saying Madison couldn't run the ball. Why not give the Eagles credit for the run defense? The Patriots couldn't run the ball either. And they have Ramondre Stevenson. Not that Zeke's the old Zeke, but Zeke's still a good running back. And the Eagles stuffed them. The Eagles have a really, really good run defense. Yes. They were banged up in the secondary.
The best. Right now, Jalen Carter is looking like the best draft pick from the first round. Literally.
Yeah, he's playing out of his mind. He's playing really good for a rookie. Jordan Davis has taken another step. And I think the run defense is going to be a top 5 run defense this year with them 2, Fletcher Cox, Milton. That's that piece right there in the center. You're not running the ball on them, despite them having like average linebackers. So I think you got to give the Eagles credit on the run defense. Pass defense, a little shaky. Jefferson was always going to get his. Kirk kind of balled out. Bradbury was out. Blankenship was out. Injuries happen. You can't control that. So pass defense can tighten up, but the Eagles are still getting pressure. But I give Kirk and Mac credit. They're getting the ball out with guys in their face. And I don't think that's going to happen every week. 2 sacks. There's going to be a week where the Eagles get 10 sacks, and people are going to be like, okay, now this looks like the old defense, and now the offense is going to get rolling. Eventually, I think the offense will get rolling, and you'll see teams trying to stop the run. The coordinators are still new to it, right? He's a new coordinator. He's trying to get used to these new defenses, new looks. So I think it'll click. For them to be 2-0 and look like that, I'm happy. I can't be mad at it.
Yeah. The way, if you went in like that and once they click, I feel you. I would be content with it too. But it was some times last night that they brought all 9, 10 in the box, and Hurts was just confused. Dropped back.
Yeah, it was also like some play calling. Like for example, it was like a 2nd and 26 on the 40-yard line or 37. Vikings dropped 8 in coverage. They dropped 8 in coverage. Nothing happens. 3rd down. I'm just saying, run a draw and get 3 and go up 16. Elliott's having like a career year so far, despite missing the field goal. Why drop back a pass there and even give Hurts – bad play by Hurts to get sacked there, but why even give Hurts the opportunity to drop back and get sacked there? It's 3rd and 26, and you're up 13 points. It's just bad play calling, and I think you'll see that change throughout the year. They just didn't run the ball enough early. I think they could have blew them out, but they let them out.
Another thing,
I'm not worried about it.
Another thing with the Eagles, too, like right now, this second, an hour from now, just go give Hurts his money right now so he can stop this. It was a couple times Monday, Thursday that those RPOs. I'm like, dog, just hand the ball off, bro. Like
for sure. Yeah,
it's
he missed some.
like just he the franchise quarterback. Just get it out the way because he like, damn, Burrow got paid. I need that bag. So a couple times where he could have just gave it to Swift because you see what started happening when they start giving it to Swift. They just it was unstoppable, bro. Like
Hurts
just pay him so he can stop doing that shit. Yeah,
Hurts got paid. What you mean?
He got paid.
Hurts got paid.
Yeah, he got paid.
Where you been?
Yeah.
Hurts got a monster contract. Where
I'm
you been?
I'm tripping.
Yeah, Hurts got paid, but it's a back end contract, so he's not making much money this year or next year. But
that's what I mean. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I know he got paid. Yeah.
He did miss some RPOs where he should have just handed the ball off. I think it's just like rust. I'm really not worried. 2-0, and I think the Eagles are going to be in the playoffs and they're going to make a run.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. With that being said, we're going to do our pick 'em. I'm going to start on FanDuel from top to bottom. You guys are in order. I got Frazier, Chuck, Vince. I guess it doesn't matter what order we go in.
It don't matter.
I'll start with Packers at Falcons. Packers are plus 1.5 on the road in Atlanta. Frazier, I'll start with you. Who you got?
I'm gonna take Packers plus 1.5. I just feel like even without Aaron Jones, if he doesn't play, they're gonna have a monster game in Atlanta.
Vince?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go disagree and say I'm taking Atlanta with the 1.5.
Chuck?
Nah, I'm taking the Packers in a blowout. I don't care if Aaron Jones play or not. I saw enough of Ritter to know it's gonna be rough for him Sunday.
I'm with Vince here. I'm taking Falcons minus 1.5. The line just kind of fishy to me. Packers looked like the better football team last week, so why does that line look like that? Falcons minus 1.5 for me. Next game, Vince, we'll start with you. Your Chicago Bears plus 2.5 on the road in Tampa.
We don't have to talk about this. Bears with the 2.5. So it's just next.
Frazier?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Vince on this one. I like the Bears.
Chuck?
Bro, this is fishy, man. Like it's two. What is it now?
That's 2.5.
2.5.
See that
Hey,
it
you
was
told us-
3.
You told us Bears stink. Take the
They do.
Take the,
I just.
come on.
Oh
Time's a
yeah,
ticking.
here we go. I'm
Pick your
taking.
pick.
I'm gonna take the Bucks with the swampy weather. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be nasty in Buck. I mean, give me Justin Fields on a wet field. I'm taking the Bucks.
Yeah, for that reason, I'm actually taking the Bears. I think Bucks are going to have a hard time keeping up with them. Bears plus 2.5. I'm running it back with them. I think they'll have a better week. Game 3 on FanDuel, we got Seahawks plus 4.5 at Detroit. Chuck, I'm going to start with you.
Taking the Lions to cover. I know Seattle's gonna bounce back, but I mean, like they beat us last year at home. I think it's a get back. Lions minus 4.
Vince?
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to go with Seattle plus 4.5 in this one.
Frazier?
Yeah, I like Seattle in this one. Just feel like last week was kind of flukish, and I feel like they're just gonna come back this week, and it's gonna be humbling to the Lion fans.
I think I'm taking Seattle as well. I think they bounce back, but I do think Lions win this game. But Seattle covers with the 4.5. Next game, Raiders at Bills. Raiders are plus 8.5. Bills minus 8.5 at home. It was at 9.5 yesterday, so this line definitely moved a point. Frazier, I'll start with you.
And I'm gonna take Raiders plus 8.5 because of the simple fact if Josh Allen played anywhere near like he played against them Jets and throwing 4 picks, it's gonna be a cold day in here.
Vince?
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to agree with Frazier and take Raiders plus 8.5.
Chuck?
I'm taking the Bills to absolutely. It's going to be an onslaught. Like he blamed it on himself last game, and the Raiders in Denver. I mean, like I just feel like the Raiders are a bad team, and I feel like the Bills are a good team, and I think Josh Allen and Diggs come to show up. And I mean, they covered at, what is it, 9.5?
It's 8.5.
Yes, they covered at 8.5 Sunday for sure.
So I also I like the Raiders with 9.5, but with that 8.5, I switched my pick to the Bills. I think the Bills cover 8.5 and do what they got to do this week. This is a tough game coming up. Chargers at Titans. Titans are a home dog plus 2.5. Vince, I'll start with you.
That is a tough one. I think on the last pod I said something about the Titans being a bad football team, but I think I'm gonna take them in this contest with the 2.5 against the Chargers.
Chuck?
This is a Derrick Henry go crazy spot, right? At home versus a Chargers team that just gave up 1,000 points to Miami. But the thing is, though, Eckler's out. Eckler's doubtful for Sunday. DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. He might not play either. So it's like they kind of like, dang. I was heavy on Titans because I really like Derrick Henry this week. But now that Hopkins is out, I'm like, man. But I think I'll take the Titans at home +2. I think Derrick Henry has the explosion game here. And with no Eckler, I just don't think the Chargers can get by with passing every down against that Titans defense. That looked good versus the Saints last week.
Frazier?
Yeah, I like the Titans in this one. As the home dogs, the defense just look good. Like he said, without Eckler, I don't know. I think they need that check down. They need somebody who can run that ball, and without that, I don't like them.
I guess some solo here. I got the Chargers bouncing back, covering them 2.5. A quick reason, I think we're looking at a playoff team versus a team that's not going to make the playoffs. Next game, another barn burner. Colts +1 at Texans. It's probably a pick 'em on some books. Frazier, I'll start with you.
I'm taking the Colts, especially if CJ Stroud don't play. It's a no-brainer. Take the Colts. Anthony Richardson looked good his last game or whatever, his first game. So, Stroud looks scared and terrible. Let's just say it like that.
I'll elaborate more later, I guess, but I like the Houston Texans -1. If CJ Stroud plays, if he doesn't, then
right.
Different story.
I think he will play. Chuck?
Yeah, the fact that he was even, the fact that they ruled him questionable an hour ago, it just is sketchy. I mean, it's kind of late in the week to be ruling your star quarterback questionable. So I like the Colts to cover. I mean, I like the Colts with the points. Actually, I like the Colts to win outright.
I mean, it's a one.
It's only,
yes.
Well, it's 1 point.
It's damn near a pick.
I'll pick them.
Colts.
So, yeah.
I'll take Colts +1, but this is a coin flip game. If you take the Texans, I'm not really against it. 1 point spread, right? Next game, and I love this game. Ravens are road dogs versus the division rival Bengals. Bengals -3 at home. Chuck?
Bengals, they cover. That was embarrassing last week. They heard about it all week. Jamar Chase is mad. Burrow's mad. I mean, I just feel like this is the perfect spot at home. You get a Ravens team with Lamar still not playing good since last year. You get J.K. Dobbins out. A home opener. I think I like the Bengals -3. I think they cover.
Vince?
Yeah, I'll keep it nice and short, but I like Baltimore +3.
Frazier?
So my initial thing was Baltimore, but I'm gonna switch it up. Just feeling like, depending on the weather, that's gonna play a big part. I just feel the weather's gonna play a big part, depending on if it's rain or not. I like Cincy to win this game, depending on weather. But
Cover or win? You got him to cover the 3, or you got him winning?
I don't know. I give Baltimore the +3 on the cover.
So
but
you got the
I
Ravens.
got Cincy winning. No, I got Cincy winning.
We're doing spreads, man. You got the Ravens +3.
Hey, look, I'm not
You tryna-
taking spread on this game.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
that.
be doing this every episode, trying to play both sides, dog. We put an
I'm
end to that
playing
shit.
both sides.
You got the
Yeah.
Ravens
What are you talking
+3 or Bengals -3, bro.
-3,
Skip.
Skip.
So if you got Ravens +3, Hey,
I got
you know what? I
Ravens
don't know. I like Lamar to pass for 500, Burrow to pass for 400. That's the Frazier take right there. Bengals -3. They cover. Next game, Chiefs at Jags. Another tough one. Sneaky game. Chiefs
No.
are -3.5 in Jacksonville. Chuck immediately says no. I'll let you take it from there.
Tornado coming to Jacksonville. The Mahomes tornado. He gets Kelsey back. This is a fucking fold, bro. Chiefs -2. It's not even a question.
3.5. That's what I got.
3.5.
on
They
FanDuel.
cover whatever. They might win by 10, bro. They're going to blow Jacksonville out of the water Sunday.
Vince,
They
you look
just
a little
lost
anxious
to-
over there.
All right.
Huh?
You look a little anxious over there. What you got?
Oh no, I actually agree with Chuck. I like Kansas City. I don't know about flood or anything like that because I'm assuming Kelsey and Chris Jones are going to be a little rusty, but I do think the Chiefs win by more than 3 points on Sunday.
Reggie?
taking the Jaguars.
Wow.
This one. I
Yeah,
like the
that's
Jags.
a
Okay,
tough
that's
game.
fair.
I think.
Mm-hmm.
They
Definitely
owe him. I
tough
got
game.
shit right.
Like the Jags.
They owe him one. They lost him in the playoffs. They owe him one. It's gonna be-
This is
see.
a pick I actually flipped. I'm going Chiefs -3.5, but it's tough. I think it's going to be right there, a 3-4 point game. But Chiefs have the experience, so that's why I'm
Yeah.
taking them
But
-3.5.
it was -2, and they ruled Kelsey. And you see how much Kelsey moved the spread? 1.5.
Well, Chris Jones as well,
and Chris
so
Jones
he-
too. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's
rightfully
nasty.
so. Next game, the Niners are -7 at the Rams. Vince, you start this one off.
I like San Francisco. With the to cover the what you said 7.5.
It's 7 on FanDuel right now.
Yeah, San Francisco's going to clear that. I think LA is bound for a top 3 pick, and that shows Sunday.
Frazier?
Yeah, I'm with Vince on this one. Like 49ers defense is just on steroids, and I don't feel like nobody's stopping it. Like like nobody's gonna be able to just really score on them. And we all know LA ain't got nothing besides Aaron Donald. So yeah.
Chuck, you're smiling.
That's one big person though. Give me the Rams with the points. Hey, Kenny Pickett ain't Matt Stafford, bro. Don't even put them in the same 2 sentences, bro. He ain't gonna be out there that bad. I'm telling you, dog. The Rams versus Seattle played bad, but the Rams didn't look that bad. I think this is a close game.
Right.
You give me the Rams with the points.
That's fair. I also got the Niners -7 with Vincent Frazier. I think we're looking at a Super Bowl caliber team, and Rams come back down to reality. Next game, Giants at Cardinals. Nasty game. Giants are -4.5. Giants -4.5 at Cardinals. Chuck, go ahead and start this one off.
Bro, they minus what?
4.5
Versus Joshua Dobbs? Dog, the Giants are so bad, bro. But it's like, oh man, you can't bet with Joshua Dobbs. Like, there's no way. Man, you gotta give me the Giants with the points, man. I'm taking the Giants to cover. Bro.
Giants -4.5, not with
Giants -4.5. Bro. I can't take the Cardinals with the points. No way, bro.
Vince?
Yeah, no, I agree. Chuck said it perfectly. You can never ever ride with Joshua Dobbs. I don't care if he goes. He got to be 15-0 for me to put some money on him. So I'm rocking with the Giants -4.5.
Frazier?
Damn, we not over here talking about Clef, are we? I mean, you know.
Oh wow.
I
He
mean,
definitely look like it.
Nah, I definitely like the Giants in this one. Just like people put the Giants out there like they're just that bad team or whatever. I don't really think they're that bad. They lost 40-0, and people blaming it on like Hyatt and stuff. But people got to remember Hyatt was a 3rd round pick. It's not like he was a 1st round pick, and he's coming off the bench. So I feel they bounce back, get some confidence, win this game, cover.
Hey.
I think this is our first 4-0 sweep. I got Giants covering as well, -4.5. I feel like this spread should be like Giants -7. It's just 4.5.
I'm with you.
Maybe Vegas
Dobbs didn't
knows
look
something.
that bad though.
They would
last
have
game.
to show me. They would have to show me for sure.
Dobbs didn't look that bad last game though. He didn't know nobody's names.
Dobbs didn't look that bad. Hold on, bro. Wait, guess how many fantasy points Joshua Dobbs had last game?
I don't want to know.
Who that?
Yes, bro.
Wow.
12.
3.
3.98.
Yeah, that's
The
rough.
man
man.
didn't know none of his players on his team. He didn't know him by name. He didn't know anything. He got in there a week
0.98,
ago.
bro.
He got in
21
there a
for
week
30.
ago.
Nah, dog.
He got in there a
He-
week ago, bruh. Come
I
on,
mean,
he
leave
ain't
Cliff
got no-
alone, dog.
What do we expect, right? Let's move on to
Joshua
the next
Dobbs,
game.
bro.
That's a tough one. 4-0 sweep on that one. Jets at Cowboys. Obviously, Rodgers is out. Cowboys are -8.5 at home. Frazier, I'll let you start this one off.
Whoo, man. Gotta go Cowboys, man. After the performance they put on against the Giants, the defense, I mean, it's going to be the Cowboys probably the hardest defense they're going to face this year, but I feel like their defense is just as good right about now. And without having Aaron Rodgers, it's like Zach Wilson is going to probably throw 5 picks.
Chuck, go ahead, man. You're animated over there.
Whoa, bro. Did the Jets not beat the Bills on Monday Night Football? Am I missing something?
They did. What
What was the spread? Minus 8.5?
8.5, yeah.
Okay, so
8.5?
outside of
bro?
Stephen Diggs, tell me who is their receivers?
Bro.
Who are their receivers?
They gave Davis.
Gabe
Davis. Tell me.
Not that he's
Gabe
like,
Davis.
crazy.
Yeah, it's not like he's a.
You're
Yeah, it's
comparing
not-
Gabe Davis to Brandon
Nah,
Cooks?
see, now you're twisting up words.
Not,
Like,
yeah,
nobody
bro.
said
I
that.
didn't twist. Yeah, no one said that.
How you
I
gonna
don't
ask a
want-
question? How you
Yeah,
gonna ask
I'm
a
not-
question? I give you an answer and you change it up.
I'm comparing Gabe Davis to CeeDee Lamb and him. I'm not comparing him to that, but I'm saying he ain't no world beater. But all I'm saying
So
is
you
this.
mean
All
to
I'm
tell me
saying
their
is
defense is going to
that-
score all their points?
No, but you act like Zach Wilson ain't got weapons around him. Like he ain't got some dogs in the backfield, some dogs at receivers to stay in the game.
If Zach Wilson ain't hitting
9.5%,
Dak's mom the day before the game, he ain't winning.
Give me the Jets with the points.
Simple as
Man.
that.
That's just too many points to give this Cowboys team that has underachieved for the last decade. Give me the points in the Jets.
Vince,
Yeah, this is a tough one. I was when the spread opened up, I think it was 9.5. I was fighting
Yeah.
with that hook. It's like,
Mhm.
man, I can see the Cowboys winning by 10. I won't really go too in depth about that. But with that said, I'm gonna go with my gut and say the Jets cover that. I think it's a really grinded out type of game, and just 8.5 points from a team that's probably going to rely on their defense and the run game a lot. The Cowboys won't be in situations to kind of like just tee off on Zach Wilson. I feel like if the coaches do what they're supposed to do, so I'm taking the Jets with the points.
I'm with Frazier here. I have Dallas covering 8.5. I think they just blow him out. I think Zach Wilson. They shouldn't make him air it out, like you said, Vince. But I think at some point he's going to have to pass, and it's going to get ugly. Next game on the slate, we got Commanders at Broncos. Broncos are -3.5. Let me start this one off. I picked the Broncos. I'm not going to say much about it. I think the Broncos are an all right team, and Commanders stink. So I'm picking the Broncos to cover the -3.5 for the bounce back week. But this game is just this 3.5 point spread is another like coin flip to me. So Chuck I'll let Chuck take it from there.
Yeah, I think Denver covers. Denver with the 3.5, whatever you said it was. They get Jerry Jeudy back. Russell Wilson actually has someone to throw the ball to finally. Commanders looked bad last week against that bad Arizona team. So give me Broncos to cover.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. If I could flip a coin right now, I would, and I'll give my pick because
Facts.
it's like Commanders were awful last week. Denver was awful last week. It's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. Gun to my head, I'm gonna go ahead and say Russ gets this. They cover the 3.5.
Frazier?
Yeah, if I could flip a coin, I would too. But I'll give it to Russ and them. If they get Jerry
4-0
Jeudy
sweep.
back this week, I just feel like what you call it is bad. Washington's just bad. Like it just is what it is.
Yep. Since it's your team, Frazier, I'll let you start this one off. Patriots home dogs +3. I'm assuming you're going to take them.
Of course, I'm taking my Patriots. Why wouldn't I?
Show us the ticket then.
Nah,
Show us the fucking ticket.
Show us the
Hey,
ticket.
Mike
Hey,
put him
put
in
that
on
shit
the
on the
parlay.
screen, dog.
I gotta clip that. That's going in the pod. Show us the
That
ticket.
was funny.
Then.
That was funny. I like that. I like that.
Vince, who you
Show
got in
me
this
the
one?
ticket.
You know, I've been preaching this tune all on every episode that I've been on. I still don't know who the fuck is on the Patriots. This is I'll talk about this later, but this is like my dead boat lock of the week. Give me Dolphins -3 for all of it.
Chuck.
I'm on the other side. I like what I saw from I can't believe I'm saying this. I like what I saw from New England when they played Philly. I think this is an upset. I just can see Tua having a letdown game after snapping versus the Chargers. I don't know why. My gut says Patriots get their first win outright.
I also have the Patriots with the +3. I'm not super confident in it. It wouldn't be one of my tickets, as Vince would say. But since we're doing pick 'em, I got Patriots +3. Next game, Saints at Panthers. Just another division game. Panthers are home dogs +3. Vince, I'll let you start this one off.
Yeah, I think Carolina is going to be one of those bottom teams.
Yeah.
I don't even think Derek Carr can even fuck this one up. Right? It's like the Saints the Saints defense should just dominate Bryce Young, a rookie quarterback. With I think Adam Thielen is hurt, or they have a bunch of injuries.
Shit.
So give me the Saints -3.
Frazier?
You can't fuck it up. It's just no way. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna go out there and say Carolina. Give me Carolina, just because of the simple fact that I feel like they're gonna get clicking a little bit or whatever. I don't know. I don't trust Derek Carr. I'm sorry. I can't put my faith
That's
in
fair.
that bitch.
Hey, that's
It's
fair.
not happening. He didn't throw to Michael Thomas enough. Like, I don't know. Their defense is good. Marshawn Lattimore is good, but I just feel like there's going to be something. He's not going to get baited into throwing the pass like he did by Jesse Bates. I feel like he's going to learn from that. He'll go out there. He won't, it'll be a low-scoring game, I feel. 2017.
Before you go, Chuck, I just want to put this out here for the Talk Soon listeners out there, man. Hey, all these doggies that we're picking, we might, at the end of the episode on Fridays, just come up with a 3-team doggie for the people, right? I mean, I've heard.
You're right.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't really agree with some of the picks, but, I'm hearing Patriots. I'm hearing Carolina. So it's like, hey.
Patriots out first.
I mean, that, to me, that's just like my flood of the.
Hey,
that's just
we
my
need to
flood
do
of the
that.
week. But,
Come
my
on,
bad, Chuck. I
man.
didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead, Chuck. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm with Vince. This is my flood of the week. No way, bro. There's no way. Like, what does Vegas know that I don't know? 3 points? That's it? Is Derek Carr that bad? Where they just like, yo, it's Derek Carr, bro. We just gotta be like, hey, we can't give him 5.5. We gotta give him 3. Like, I gotta take the Saints with 3. Like, if you really want to get cute, I mean, you can do an alternative spread. Give me the Saints with -7. Like, there's just no way this. Like,
Great point.
Man, like what?
Great point.
Like, they can't run the ball. Saints got good D. I don't see it, man. You got to give me this. Vegas got to see. They got to show me. Vegas got to show me, bro. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Vegas got to show me, dog.
I got Saints -3 as well. Saints not a historic. They're historically bad on the road, so maybe that's what Vegas is thinking.
Yeah, I was just about to say, yeah.
Saints -3. Not much more to say about it. Next
Facts.
game, Browns at Steelers. I took the Steelers +2.5. Frazier's getting excited. I actually could see the Steelers winning this outright, but I would take the points if I were to bet this game. Frazier, go ahead.
I like Cleveland because I like Myles Garrett too. They come out there and kick their ass.
Yep.
He gonna kick their ass. The defense gonna play. It's gonna be a blowout. Division game or not, I don't give a damn. I like Cleveland. Pop, pop, pop.
Chuck, you seem to agree with that.
I'm agreeing with Frazier today. Yeah, I think this is the Myles Garrett. I remember you, bro. Like, this is the get back game. Like, I remember this. Like, it's a rivalry, and right now, I mean, the Browns got the better team. They just be showing the Vegas be showing Pittsburgh love on the road, and then Watson in that environment. Watson's still kind of shaky, but I mean, like, as long as he got Nick Chubb behind him in that defense, I like Cleveland.
Vince?
Yeah, I'm with Frazier and Chuck. As long as Kenny Pickett is lining up behind center, I don't fucking believe it. So give me Cleveland
water.
covering. Give me Cleveland covering.
That wraps up the pick'em of the week. Now, viewer discretion. These aren't games we're betting. All these games, a few of them we might like. So this is just our pick'em between us four. When you hear us say we like the Pats +3, it doesn't mean we're going to bet that game.
I'm betting that shit.
Frazier might bet it. But
Show us the ticket.
I have to throw that out there every week in case somebody watches and is like, man, you went like last week. I went 6-10 in spread picks. I would never bet all 16 games. I would never do that.
Yeah.
With that being said, we're gonna go through the picks we do like. I'll start off with my locks of the week. My first lock of the week is Ramondre Stevenson anytime touchdown at +110. I think he gets in the end zone this week after getting bottled up by the Eagles week 1. My second lock of the week is the Bengals -3 at home versus the Ravens. I think they have a big bounce back game and they win by 7 or more. I have some other picks I like. I like Dallas -8.5. Not super confident, but I would bet it. And I also like CeeDee Lamb anytime at +130. Those are my 4 picks I like this week. 2 are locks, 2 I just like a little bit. I'll move on to Vince with what you like on your picks this week.
Yeah, so I kind of talked about it when we were doing our pick'ems. I firmly believe the Dolphins win pretty handily over by halftime. And the Bill Belichick alert is watch alert starts because I think that the Patriots last week, they showed some promise against the Eagles, but they don't have the stuff to keep up with Miami, in my opinion. So that's my super lock. And then just to give you guys like a player prop that I think is a lock. This isn't no homer. This is a homer pick, but I really do think Justin Fields anytime touchdown is a lock, especially if the conditions are bad. And Todd Bowles likes to blitz a lot, and so that'll give Justin Fields a chance to kind of like hit those lanes or those edges, and I see him scoring a touchdon. So
good point.
Those are my two deadbolt locks. Something I'm kind of so on. I wouldn't put a whole bunch of units on it. Would be the Saints game. Kind of like we were just mentioning. Why is this line like that? So that kind of worries me a little bit.
Yeah, right.
But with that said, I'm putting my faith in New Orleans Saints defense. It's like I don't see how Bryce Young produces enough to win that game. So I wouldn't put too much on it, but the Saints covering that 3 is the next play for me, and that's all I got for this week.
Frazier, Chuck, who wants to go next?
I mean, I only got one that I actually like.
Go ahead.
That's Jordan Love, over 218.5 passing yards. I like him to cover that easy. Like I like him to cover that easy against Atlanta.
Easy? Oh.
Even without Watson?
I like him to cover that easy. Show me the ticket. Show us the ticket.
Wow.
Show us the ticket. We need to get show us the ticket, dog.
Jordan Love might be him. I don't know, but he might be him.
He's not.
Chuck,
Trust me,
got,
he's
man?
not.
So my lock of the week is Josh Reynolds over 39.5 yards. This Seattle defense is bad. Both receivers got there last week with the Rams. And I just think it's a shootout. I think, it's one of the highest over-unders of the week. I think it's the second or third highest over-under. I think KC and Jacksonville might be higher. Then it's the Lions in Seattle. I think that's it. But, yeah, and he's the clear-cut number 2 wide receiver right now until J-Mo come back. Marvin Jones is just terrible. Like, you're going to see more snaps get taken away from him this Sunday. And I would parlay that with a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. He's back at home.
Yeah, that's probably a lock. I can see that. That's probably a lock.
DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. This is the Derrick Henry show at home in Tennessee. So those are 2 pretty confident picks that I will lock in. And you could parlay them and probably get some good odds.
Chuck,
Good
I know
point.
you're big on DFS. Sorry to cut you off, Vince. Give some of the chalk plays out there. I know there's some chalk right now with the Eckler news and with
Yeah, Joshua. Yeah,
go ahead.
go ahead. Yeah, Joshua Kelly. I mean, like, as far as the volume goes, it's going to be there. He's going to have to just play. I think Spiller and the other guy on the roster got to combine like 48 career touches. Like, they're just not going to play. So I mean, like, he's a volume play. I don't like the matchup with Tennessee, but he's just going to be in the game. He could just have 5 catches for 50. Your PPR, like, he's just a good play. Like I said, Derrick Henry's too cheap on both sides. FanDuel's too cheap. DraftKings way too cheap. 100-yard bonus. He's going to get in the end zone. And he's catching a couple balls now here and there. So pause. Super pause, bro. He's yeah. Derrick Henry's a great play, but far as a lock, you got to keep the news. But Aaron Jones is on the downside of not playing. And then that would put Dylan in, and Dylan would be he would be the probably highest owned player of the slate. He would be a stone lock
for sure.
He would be. He's just too cheap on both sides. Well, actually, FanDuel priced him right, but DraftKings, I think he's $5,900 on DraftKings. That would be in every single lineup. Double ups, you want to get different in the tournament, but double ups, you absolutely. The Joshua, what's his last name? I always forget his last name for the Chargers.
I can't think of his name.
Josh. Who you guys talking about?
Palmer.
For who?
Yeah.
Palmer, the receiver? Josh Palmer? That's what I was.
Not Palmer. Josh.
It's not Palmer.
Not bad. Josh Kelly. You're going to see it. Joshua Kelly and Dylan, 1-2 running backs on DraftKings and FanDuel. It's going to be so popular. But in double ups, I don't see how you get away from it. Tournaments, you could get different, but those are probably 2 of the highest owned players on Sunday's slate.
Zach Moss as well? Is he one? He's one of the.
I don't know.
Backs?
I mean, I don't know what people
scary,
go.
right?
It's more of a tournament play now because you probably got you got those 2 backup running backs that are going to start. Then you got Derrick Henry. So like those are 3 solid ass picks where you play someone head up or in double ups. But I mean, Zach Moss is in play in tournaments, man. I think he gets the bulk of the carries. I think they just don't like Deion Jackson. He fumbled too many times last week. I just think they trust him. Man. Yeah, and Zach Moss is going to ball out, and he catches rocks. So like, I just feel like Zach Moss is a great play in tournaments. But I mean, you could play him in cash too, but it's just a little too risky when you got McCaffrey and Henry and those 2 chalky running backs. So 3 of those 4 guys, and you build the rest. You'll be all right.
Vince, I know sound like you wanted to chirp in a little bit earlier. You got anything else?
Oh no, I was just saying good point to some of the things that Chuck was saying. I'm sorry if I wasn't trying to interrupt.
Nah, you good. Chuck, I know you said you kind of spoke on Reynolds, and for DFS, I love Amon-Ra again this week. I think he could go for 150 and a tutty, so he's my lock in DFS. I know you got to pay up for him a little on DK. I don't know what his FanDuel price is, but that's my DFS
expensive on both
lock.
sides, yeah.
Yeah,
against Woolen?
So. Yeah, I think they just move Amon-Ra around a lot. Woolen's probably going to stay outside. So
Golf's going to hit him? Golf ain't going to miss him, is he?
Hey, he I do have Seattle plus 4.5. So, and you never know, man. So, I ain't got anything else, fellas. What you got?
Got a dog? You guys got a doggy of the week, or just a doggy that you just kind of love?
I got a doggy of the week. Yeah, I love it too. Yeah, I like the Patriots. Patriots straight up.
Oh,
the Bears.
Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
That's all I gotta say. The Bears.
The Bears?
Hey,
you got the Bears? Okay, I like that. Okay, what about you,
I ain't
Chuck?
gonna lie, man. Vegas got me a little nervous with that -2. Like, I was like, hold on, dog. And you gave me a good point with the weather and Josh Fields running. I'm kind of like, oh, maybe Bears might got something over me. But I think the Patriots. I like Patriots money line. I think Tua just lays a stinker. I think he lays a stinker.
Hey.
If it's one coach that can take away Tyreek, it's Bill. If it's one coach that can take him away, it's Bill, and he can confuse Tua. And I just think they got enough weapons at home to put up points on that Miami defense that looked horrendous the other night. Man, I mean, like last Sunday, I Patriots straight up, man. I think the Patriots should be favored in this game. I just do. I just think that I think they can.
I don't know about that.
I think the Patriots can beat them at home. They just played the Eagles. I like what I saw from the Patriots.
I think the spread's right where it should be, but Vince has this as his lock. So you guys are on opposite sides of the fence 100% right here. So I'm interested to see the result in this game. I will say this. I know Vince that I said like who is on the Patriots, but their defense is kind of stellar. 2 rookies that are balling. Not a lot of big names, but that's Belichick. He finds a way in different schemes on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to work versus Tyreek and Waddle? I don't know, because that's scary. And you still got Mostert coming out the backfield and runs the 4-3. So
I just think he schemes versus
tough.
Tyreek.
It's
though.
a tough game. It's a tough game.
It's tough.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. To that point, though, I watched Tyreek Hill in those Chiefs Patriots matchups, and he fucked Bill Belichick up. So I'm not sure about that. Though, I didn't get
with Kelsey though.
Yeah, that's true. With a bunch of other options and making it harder to just scheme in on them. But I mean, shoot, Waddle's on the other side, and the run game is crazy. But with that, I didn't get to speak a lot about this during the pick'em. But my doggy of the week, man. I know people might not like this because a lot of people pick the other team, but give me the Raiders with the 8.5, man. I know they didn't look too good last week against Denver. But, Buffalo really had no business being in that game with a Jets team that just lost their star quarterback. And I think that there's trouble in Buffalo. And so I do think Buffalo win. I do think they win the game, but with that 8.5, that's just way too many. That's just too many points for a team that I think is trying to figure it out. So give me the Raiders.
So let me ask you guys this. I'm getting a lot of slack in group chats about Eagles don't look good. They don't look like the same team. They go 2-0. So do the Bills, if they're in a tight game or even lose, or let's say they win but don't cover, they win by 3. The Bills start panicking because we're talking about the Eagles that are 2-0, but do the Bills need to start hitting a panic button if they barely win this game if they're in a battle with the Raiders?
Of course.
Of course. Yeah. It's different with them though, right? So you look at a team that, I mean, like the Bills they get there every year, then they just lose. And then they start off 1-1. And I mean, if they barely beat the Raiders or even if they lose to the Raiders, it's panic. I mean, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen is a franchise quarterback, but he has to look himself in the mirror and be like, bro, what's going on? Like, what do I got
to tighten up?
I mean, he does it all the time, but at the same time, like you can't keep saying, "Oh, it's my fault," and you steady making these same type of plays year in, year out. Like they got to look at themselves in the mirror, the whole team, because you got to look at it like Stephon Diggs is gonna probably be like, "F it, I'm out of here. Like I don't want to be here no more." Literally,
and he will do that
with the allegations of what's going on with other things. It's just like Allen can take as much responsibility for what he's doing as much as he wants, but they don't. They just don't look the same. They don't have the same explosive offense that they had. Then from that, if they lose this and then they keep losing or they break even this season, like you go from the number 1 team in our division to dropping down to probably being the number 3 team. Because without Aaron Rodgers, they're at the bottom of the thing. I put my Patriots over them, then it'll be Miami first, Patriots second, Bills third. But even if Aaron Rodgers was still here, they probably lose this game and they still drop down to the 3rd spot, with maybe my Patriots being in the 4th spot. At the same time, like they don't look good at all. Like I'm sorry, they don't look good. Like it's not given what they said it was supposed to be given. It's not.
Yeah. I guess I'll speak to you to that question, Gears. When I spoke earlier about the Eagles, I want to make it clear. Eagles are fine. I think I also mentioned that, what was impressive about the win last night is that they proved that they can win a multitude of ways, right? The passing game was shaky and Sirianni just went to, I think it was I don't know how many consecutive runs in a row it was, right?
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Right, rightfully so. But hey, you get the wins however you can get them. In regards to the defense, I think the Eagles' defense is just lights out. You guys were mentioning the defense earlier, and I didn't really get a chance to speak about that. But I think the Eagles' defense is lights out. I think what I more so was speaking towards is that they look beatable. Like I think that they have some things. This is one point that I want to make.
I agree with that.
Hurts is going to see the same thing as Justin Fields, just zone with a spy, right? Like teams are going to force Justin Fields and Justin Hurts to make tight window throws, right? They're going to make sure that they keep eyes on them because that's just how dangerous of runners that they are, right? And so I think there's going to be an adjustment period for both of them, right? I don't know how much zone Hurts beat last year. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm not saying he never saw it, but I think it's just going to be a heavy dose of that. And so, with all that, I don't think you can compare the two teams. I think Buffalo is already on what's the right phrase? Just not necessarily upset alert, but they're on alert to just be a team that I think just isn't that good anymore, right? I've been saying that, and so I wouldn't put no money on this, but Oakland money line something just telling me like Oakland money line,
Ooh.
and we can really start to talk about what's going on in Buffalo.
Man.
There was some things going on with Diggs and a reporter and some things that were said, and so these things start to pile up, right? If they have a tough injury, kind of like the Jets did, let's say Gabe Davis gets hurt, or a Knox, right, or somebody on the defense where it's a place where they can't really take any injuries. You could look like Frazier said, they might be third or fourth in the division. So I don't think it's fair to compare the Eagles and the Bills. I think the Bills should be more talked about in terms of a team that's not doing well. I just think when it comes to the Eagles that they have some chinks in their armor. Not a big one, but a chink.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I just wonder. I wonder how this Sunday is going to say a lot about the Bills. Like they've been getting, they can't help but hear it all week. It's not like they're in Miami or they in Arizona or they in Buffalo, bro. You ain't doing nothing in Buffalo. I mean, like you hearing all the noise in Buffalo. It ain't really nothing else to do in Buffalo. So like you are hearing about, dang, bro, we suck. Like they need to respond with a big dub. I'm talking about like 14 plus point win this Sunday, or they have to respond in a big way. It can't be nothing like no 20, 22 to 21. Like now you got like, wait a minute, bro, what are we doing here? Like, I'm with Vince on that, man.
That's kind of why I took the Bills minus 8.5. I know when it was at 9.5, it makes you like think about it twice because you're so close to double digits. I just think the Bills bounce back and get back to that playoff football that they can play.
Yeah,
that's just where I'm at with it. Not to say that the Raiders won't give them a game, but I don't know, man. I think they bounce back. They're a defensive team, man. Hyde's back. Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer, they're both back. They were hurt. And they got a defensive-minded coach, and that's what they need to focus on, just locking up and telling Allen, don't make the dumb plays. Just manage the game a little bit. You don't always have to throw the 50-yard pass to Diggs in double coverage. So I think they need to get back to the basics a little bit, kind of like, the run game's fair. James Cook looked pretty good last week. So get back to the basics, get a big win at home, win by 10. Everyone calms down. So I think that's where we're at with the Bills.
But if they don't, I'm with Vince. So we're gonna have to start.
Yeah, if they don't,
start looking at them.
I agree. Frazier, you got anything else? Nothing else.
Yeah, talk soon.
Chuck, anything else?
Yeah, I'm telling you, parlay Reynolds over 39.5 with Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Lock of the week.
All right, boys. Like episode 7 in the books. Our picks are there. Our locks are there. I got nothing else. Talk soon.
Talk soon, dog.